Clinging to the remote hills 2 hours south of Rome is the monastery of Trisulti. It's been here for 800 years, largely ignored by the rest of the world, until today. This has become an unlikely flashpoint in the political battle shaping Europe and the West, and Benjamin Harnwell is unlike any other Englishman abroad.
Hello.
Matt, hi, welcome, do come in.
Thank you very much.
He's almost the sole resident of this warren of cloisters, chapels and monk cells. He, a single remaining friar, and a band of feral cats. A Catholic convert and born-again Eurosceptic who worked for years at the European Parliament.
This is the church.
Harnwell has been installed here by his friend and mentor Steve Bannon. Yes, that's Steve Bannon. And the blood-curdling artwork chimes with their view of the world.
This painting and this painting have a parallel. Here are the Jews being massacred in the Old Testament. This is the massacre of Christians, of Catholics. These two things come perfectly together to inspire us with this Academy for the Judeo-Christian West.
Defending the Judeo-Christian West, a rallying cry ringing through the far right in Europe and America. Bannon, who is obsessed with the concept, pays the 100,000 euros rent a year for this monastery, apparently out of his own pocket, and together they have a plan.
This is the global headquarters of the fight to defend the Judeo-Christian West.
You're being serious?
I'm 100%, yeah.
This place here?
Yeah, yeah. I know it's great for the media to come in and say, had this idea that we're doing some far-right training camp, and all, you know, and the locals are.
But it was Steve Bannon who used the word Gladiators Academy.
Sure,
What do you mean by that?
So what Steve is saying, so in these culture wars, if we want to save the West, we're not going to be doing it by just sort of sitting back drinking tea and living nice, tranquil lives. We've got to fight. We've really got to fight hard with that kind of concentration and focus.
With ideas and words or anything else?
Well, of course, with ideas and words, right?
It's hard to know where self-parody ends and reality begins, but the siege mentality echoing through these walls is the bread and butter of Europe's populist nationalists, and that includes the UK.
I mean, the UK is a secular country, right? But it's starting to bend the knee to Sharia law, and that is concerning.
You know that's not true.
It's 100% true, yeah.
Nah, come on, that's just rubbish.
Rubbish, but with foreboding resonance in European politics today.
Steve Bannon and his friends Marine Le Pen and Matteo Salvini are very keen to portray these European elections as an existential battle between the forces of globalism on one side and the forces of nationalist populism on the other. But what they hadn't reckoned on in this place here are the forces of Italian localism.
Just down the road from the monastery is the town of Collepardo, a place that feels left behind by Rome and by Brussels, where they didn't even bother to put up election posters. A place where the ideas from the monastery should find a welcome ear.
Gliel'ho detto, penso male, se ne devono solo andare, che la certosa è nostra, non è di loro.
Gli americani non hanno niente da fare qua.
No, se ne devono solo andare, se ne devono andare all'America.
Cioè il perché, diciamo, un politico americano sia interessato alla nostra certosa e risulti.
Vi sembra strano?
Sì, sinceramente sì.
Vedendo sempre i monaci dentro, insomma, è tutta una cosa nuova, cambiata.
Che comunque per Collepardo è una cosa di turismo,
sì.
porta tanto lavoro anche ai commercianti di Collepardo.
If the Academy ends up bringing jobs and money, even the locals may well be won over. But the fortunes of this monastery and its wannabe gladiators will also reflect what happens beyond these hills, in the culture wars now shaping the future of the West.